everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day today. If you're new here, hi, my name is Katie, and welcome to the kickstart of this fingerpicking series, 15 days of fingerpicking for the beginner. In this series, we are going to be going over basic fingerpicking patterns, and I have Patreon exercises so it can help build your strength, your dexterity, and your spatial awareness with your fingers so that you're ready for certain songs. In this video, we're going to be going over some basic fingerpicking techniques. It's going to lay the foundation for this entire series. So let's get started. Number one, hold your ukulele in the proper position. So you can either rest the body on your thigh, or you can press this portion of the body, against your right ribs, and your right arm, give me a second, is cradling the ukulele, pressing it against your body. The neck is up at a 45-degree angle. If it's parallel with the floor, sometimes you might have some trouble with accessing certain chords. So up at a 45-degree angle, either resting at your thigh or pressed against your body. Now your wrist and fingers are free to strum, or your picking hand to pick. Now this brings me to the wrist position. You want to make sure that your wrist is nice and straight. So don't feel like you have to be over the sound hole in order to pick. Sometimes I see my beginner students, what happens is that they take their wrists and they try to crank it and try to fit over the sound hole. No, keep your wrist straight. So if you end up finger picking or strumming here toward the base of the neck, where the base of the neck meets the body, that's totally fine. And actually that is a proper technique to strum the ukulele and pick the ukulele. Don't feel like you have to cram over the sound hole. Bring it over here. Relax your wrist. Make sure that it is straight. Keep your fingers nice and relaxed and curved this way. And so if your fingers are stiff, it's going to be very, very difficult to move them. So if you keep them relaxed, keep them nice and soft, a nice curve like this, it's going to be so much easier to move your fingers. Now, if I'm plucking a string with my thumb, I rest it on top of the string, and then I push down. So as I push down, it plucks the string or strums the string. If you look at that, I apply pressure to the string, and then that plucks the string. With my other fingers, with my index, middle, and my ring finger, even your pinky if you wanted to pick with your pinky, I am going to be curving them in toward me in order to pluck. So you want to make sure that the whole motion doesn't come from your entire hand. It's coming from your fingers and these little movements like this. So it's like you say to somebody, here, come here. I have something to tell you. Come here. It's the same kind of motion. I'm not using my entire hand. I mean, you could, but it's going to wear you out. And what you want to do is you want to make little movements, subtle movements, soft movements, so that if you're finger picking an entire song, you're not going to be exhausted midway, okay? So you want some nice ergonomic soft movements here. So as you curl these fingers in, see that? You're curling your fingers in. That would be the essential finger picking motion, like that, okay? So thumb plucks down on the string, and then the rest of my fingers, they are curling toward me. So I plucking it toward me, okay? And another way to think about it is that when you pluck down with your thumb and you're plucking up with your index, middle, ring finger, pinky, depends upon what you're using. But thinking about it in terms of down and up, that may help you just kind of visualize how the finger picking motion is going to play out as you're trying a new technique. Another thing that I would like to point out is that usually when I see people finger picking, their thumb is protruding out just a little bit here and their fingers are curved in. That's totally fine. I've also seen the thumb, I prefer the thumb just a little bit in this way, but the concept is the same. The thumb is resting here, and then my other fingers are resting or just almost in position to fingerpick close to the strings, and my fingers are nice and curved. They are not far away from the neck, that they're right here just ready to pick with subtle motions. Now, if you feel like you're having a hard time just finding your strings, that's normal. You just feel like it's not in your muscle memory yet as to where the strings are spatially, so to speak. Then I've seen people plant either their pinky or their ring finger right here on the body as they pluck. All right, now sometimes I like to take my pinky and plant it so that it leaves my ring finger free. Even if I'm not picking with it, it still gives me more range of motion, or a free range of motion with my other fingers. That's what I found. Like that. And so if I plant my pinky right around here, it helps a lot. I've also seen people take their pinky and kind of hook it underneath their body right here. My hands are actually incredibly small. I'm barely 5 feet tall. So to me, that's just a bit of a stretch. But for here, I've seen people plant either their ring finger or their pinky, both. For me, I like my pinky. It just kind of plants it, keeps it just nice and steady. And then sometimes I don't. So it just really depends upon how I feel, or just what song I'm playing, or what riff I'm playing. But hopefully that little tip will help you if you feel like your hand just feels like it's floating and you just feel like you've lost a little bit of control. Now, my last tip for finger picking, if you're just starting out as a beginner, go slow. Slow is a good pace. Whoever said you have to play it as is, or a piece as is, and play the most complicated thing that you possibly can right away, and that's not how we start. We have to allow ourselves to be beginners. And so as you're finger picking, if you hear something at full speed, reduce the speed and only practice maybe 1 or 2 measures, mastering that with a metronome. I have a video on how to play and practice with the metronome. I'm going to put that in the cards above and the description box below, just in case you're curious. But remind yourself that it's okay to start slow. It's okay to have a starting point. You don't have to look at someone else's ending point and think, I have to be right there right away. So you do have to show yourself some grace there. I hope you have a wonderful day, and please stick around for the rest of the series. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hope to see you soon. Bye. To follow FTC guidelines, this ukulele was sent to me by Lanikai, but this video is not sponsored. The link is an affiliated link, so that is going to be in the description box below. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. Okay, bye.